Okay, so I did have all of the liquid highlights that he has from the blue collection, but for some odd reason they broke down real bad, so I ended up throwing them away. The only one I have is Frostbite, which I do use every once in a while. The next two you can no longer, I don't think you can no longer get them, which is Uranus and Eclipse when him and Manny did a collection together. I do have these. I have one from his spring collection, and that's Summer Snow Cone. It has the chrome. That's the color. Then I have I have two from that collection. I had Summer Snow Cone and then Crystal Ball, which I love this one. Then I have when him and Nathan came out, I believe, with a collection, if I remember right. But I have Jeffree, and then I just have some basics. So if I remember correctly, the very first one I ever bought was the Mint Condition, Regina George, Princess Cut, and then Deep Freeze. Either Deep Freeze or Mint Condition were my first two I ever bought. Those were the first products I ever bought from him. So these are like old. Yeah, so here's my blue. But I absolutely fell in love with them. I haven't collected many more. He doesn't seem to be mass producing anymore, like coming in with more of the collections. But those are the ones I've purchased. And then eyeshadow palettes, I'm just going to pull them randomly out of the bag because I had to go collect them all. But of course the first one I do have is Blue Blood on top. Blue is my favorite color. I haven't gotten into it a whole lot. But this one I'm still playing with and still kind of trying to do some eye looks with when I get a chance. Of course, the next one everybody knows, Blood Sugar. I have done videos on this palette. I love this palette. This is one of my favorites. But I have a video, I do believe, of this palette up. But this one, I mean, I went hard on this palette. So this one I really, really, really dug into. Kind of hard to see, but this one I absolutely love. And then the next one is the Jawbreaker. This one, I like it, but I don't like all the colors in it. I haven't used it a whole lot because now it's summer and I'm going to do more summer looks. But this one I will be using more now. And then of course I have the mini Jawbreaker. I do have Androgyny. This is the first palette I ever bought from him, and I've used it pretty well. I mean, it doesn't look like I made a huge dent, but I have used it a lot. Oh, I did forget. I do have Brain Freeze from a summer collection for highlighters. I forgot about that. And I have 24 karat gold. I don't know where that one's at. I have that one too. And then of course the next one, which I'm not a huge fan of. I kind of got suckered into this one. And that is the Alien palette. I mean, I'm just not super into these colors. Maybe more the green and stuff. This one, I think I've only used a couple colors out of it. I mean, I barely put a dent in it. But I also like collecting Jeffree Stars. So please keep that in mind. I do use these products, but I also do collect. Okay. Then I have the infamous and wonderfully sold out one that everyone tried to get, the Conspiracy palette. So this one I have used a little bit, not a whole lot. I'm still playing with it some, but this one I have used quite a bit. So I do have the Conspiracy palette, and then I have the Mini Conspiracy, of course. Now I do wish I would have the Mini Conspiracy with the green in it. I would have preferred that, but whatever. Do what you gotta do, right? So, liquid lips. Let me get my bag down here. I have a lot of liquid lips. I cannot remember every collection by heart anymore. So, let me get these collected up. And I noticed he's not doing a lot of liquid lips in collections. Y'all caught on to that? I know I'm missing collections as well. So the first one is this lime green, and if I remember right, this was a summer collection. I cannot remember the year, but maybe last year's. But I do have all of them from the summer collection. And when he does bring these out, I do buy the bundles. So that way I have all of them. There was one year I could not buy a bundle. The next one I haven't even taken out the package yet, is the 5th year anniversary edition of the very first ones he ever came out with. Yeah. I do have these. I haven't taken them out. I don't know if I really want to be honest, because, you know, kind of add to like the value of it a little bit. Now, to give you an idea of how much I have a shoebox full. So we have ones that were an orange cap, which I am picking the majority of them out. I think that's it. Nope. This, I know the orange cap was a summer collection. I think this is one of his biggest ones. But I do have, see if I can get them all up here. I do have all of the orange cap from his summer collection. And I do believe I've done a swatching video on a lot of my Jeffree lipsticks. You'd have to go back through my videos. But I think I've done a lot of swatching. So some of these I also do wear as eyeliners, like he suggests. Then I have a Valentine's Day collection, which I really don't know if this is a huge hit, to be honest. I think it's a Valentine's Day. Or no, this is Christmas. This was a Christmas collection, that's right. This red I'm pulling out. This was a Christmas collection. And I do believe I have all of these as well. I think this was like 2017 maybe. But I have all of these. I'm sorry, you hear me ruffling through my box. Then I have the summer collection that everybody was obsessed with the packaging. Just because I don't think we've ever seen anything like this yet in the beauty world. But this packaging was like killer, if you know what I mean. Okay, I think I have them all. So, if you remember, this is the packaging where it was like all gold and glittery and beautiful. I have that whole collection as well. If I can get them all lined up here. There we go. I do have all of these. Like I said, I like buying them when they come out. And then I have another, this I think was a holiday collection, and this is when they were all sparkly. Like the caps were like a white iridescent. I got all of these too. I have missed a collection or two just due to money. Because let's be real, who always has the money to dump on makeup like this? Not me. So, I believe that's all of these. But I got that whole collection as well. And I don't feel like his newer collections are coming out with a whole lot of liquid lips. So I don't know if he's phasing out or they're just seeing a drop in sales, like they're not as popular anymore. I'm not really sure. Now I have the Valentine's Day collection, which isn't a whole lot. Oh. And I do have the bullets. There was 3 bullets that came with it, and I'll show you what they are with this collection. So I have all 4 of these. And then these are what the bullets look like. It looks like an actual bullet. And then they're all, I think one's a brown. But here's one. And then, yeah. This one I'll probably really never use. I mean, I will. Now, the maroon I definitely will. And there's the other 2. Okay. So I did get those because, of course, I bought it as a big bundle. So that's why I have those. And then I have my very, 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 very first collection I ever bought from him. And that is his summer collection. Like way back when. I think I'm missing a color or 2. It might be floating around somewhere else. But they have the yellow cap. And that's these. I do have one original that he first sold of his very first liquid lips I bought from somebody. Of course, I'm never going to use it, but I do have one. So I have the new version, and then I do have one original. Then I have the Star Family collection, which is the light pink, when they had all their dogs and Nathan. But he's kind of regretting that decision, isn't he? But I have all of those, which are right here. Sorry, which are right here. I have all of those. And then I have the Annie and him collection colors, which came in a box set. So I do have those. Those came in a box with, I think, the highlighters, if I remember. And then I have another summer collection, which I don't think I've missed a summer collection yet. And I heard he's launching another one. So we're going to see how well that goes over if we get my hands on it. Yeah, this one was my favorite. So this summer collection is my absolute fave, just because the colors are mostly me, except for a couple, but that's there. And last, I'll go through these quick, are my just good old Joe colors from his original line that you can get every single day. Okay. Some of these are pretty old. Some of them I only use for eyes. Some of them I don't use at all. But please remember, like I've said before. Oh, here's the other one. It's like that green he made. Venus flytrap. I am a collector. Okay. So keep that in mind too. I do collect. So yeah, that's, oh, I did forget one lipstick. I do have one Bullet original, and that's when they first brought them out. And this, I believe, is Unicorn Blood. Yep. Unicorn Blood. This was the first one I ever bought when he first launched these. So that is my entire Jeffree Star collection. You may wonder, am I going to purchase the Royals, which is this purple palette? I do want to purchase that one. I just haven't had a chance to yet. And I know I am missing some eyeshadow palettes from being, they were seasonal things, whatnot. I do also want to get his cremated palette, which has a lot of controversy stirring around it, but as of right now, I'm not. So I'm just going to hold off on that for a while. And I do want to get his Beauty Killer, his very first one, so I kind of have all of them, except I do know I am missing some, but that's okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my Jeffree Star collection. It is massive. I will not lie. It is massive. And I'm hoping to do an eye look, probably with either the Conspiracy palette or the Blood Sugar palette again. I think I might lean towards more Conspiracy, but you'll have to come back and see that next video to know which palette I picked. Alright, bye!